Hi folks, welcome back to the Hoard. So it's somewhere around, I don't know, 2:30, 57.6 degrees, 11:15. That tells you my battery's all charged. That tells you it's about 13.7 degrees Celsius and 39% humidity. And that says, welcome to Sunday. What am I up to today? I think I told you guys yesterday with the video on the ductless heating system there, the ductless heat exchanger, heat pump, there we go, that I had 3 projects going, and this is one of the 3. You guys remember this? It's the Honda ATC200. This was a local deal. I don't even recall what I paid for it. It's 1982 vintage. You guys can see ATC200 there. The story on this bike was I got it, and I didn't like the way the timing chain, this was screwed up. Remember this, spark advancer, the mechanical advancer in there flew apart and made a mess, kind of chewed up the end of the cam a little bit. I'm not sure if this screw backed off, which let it slide out and start the trouble, so I'm not exactly sure what caused it. And after discovering that, I discovered the timing chain was pretty loose, like slappy loose, so I decided to pull that engine off, and until I get in there and spend a few minutes figuring out what its story is, I really don't want to let it free. Somebody had been in here, right? Remember, this is black and this is silver, so somebody had rebuilt it. Looks like they had this side off too. This side doesn't look like it was off. It doesn't look like they cracked the case. Anyhow, I didn't trust that engine, and what I didn't want to do particularly is I didn't want to fire it up and then have it hand grenade and blow up and be dead. And so now I take what could have been an engine with a little bit of tension, maybe just a timing chain, or if I open it up and I discover that the rod is no good, that I could do something about it before it blows up. Particularly the timing chain had me the most concerned. Anyway, this was a crate engine, as in sitting in that crate. This is a crate engine that was floating around the garage. It came from Stony. I ran it through the normal test. Remember, I found that the timing chain was tight and all that kind of stuff. Remember the crack fin, right? It does have some red death here. That doesn't look like it was open. This does, right? I think this side was off, maybe during an oil change or something, and they painted it ugly black, right? They gave it the old, spray can bomb. I smashed it on here, and I, gave it some fuel. Spilling gas is always good, especially if you're going to fire it up. I'm using my portable ignition box because this thing did have some kind of ignition. Well, the ignition problem I had is I guess it hand grenaded up on top. But I really don't want to poke around with the ignition system right now. I just want to do a quick and dirty start because I really don't know the condition of this engine either. Right, so anyway, let's give it a shot, see what she does for me. I'm going to set the camera up over here. I have the exhaust manifold on it, but I do not have the exhaust pipe. So I guess you guys can kind of see it. Let's see what it does. So you guys can see, I did get it started. You guys could also see there was no smoke, which is kind of good. It's very loud, obviously, like deafening loud. And part of that might be this thing has a curve built in, right? This is a GY6 electronic CDI, 12 volt electronic CDI in here. So it's got a built-in curve, plus this thing puts another curve into it. So I think it has a tendency to get the spark a little too far out front, and that gives it a little bit of a barky sound, right? You guys can hear that. The carburetor also is screwed up. I did a quick rebuild on the carb, and I'm like, good, this carb is good, but I didn't realize the choke was for crap, right? The spring is broken in the choke, so that's why I had to stuff a rag into it to get it to start. But you guys can see it does start and run. I'm gonna smash a proper carburetor on it. The exhaust system did not come off easily, right? Looks like somebody stuffed a hand grenade in there and had to fire it off to get it off, and I did. I had to fight to get that off. This bike unfortunately had some amateur hour on it. There was one screw put in here to hold the fender on, and they really I don't think it was the right kind of screw. I think they used American instead of metric. So I had to cut a slot into it, put my big screwdriver on it to get it to come out, right? So that was one thing that was annoying. Getting the exhaust system off, obviously, that was a bit difficult. And actually, that engine had been off, I think, and whoever put it on, was Johnny Torquey Seed. I mean, they really tightened that thing up like no tomorrow. So all the engine mount bolts were tight. To get this thing started, I just did 2 engine mounts, that one on top and this one in the back. Obviously, it's not hauling me about, so that was all I figured I would smash on there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this bike. I have more than one ATC200. This has the right front tire on it, 25/11/9. The back tires are wrong. They look like 22/11/8. That's what they look like. What are they? 21/10/8, which is even worse. That means that without any suspension in the front or in the back, this is going to be a miserable riding bike. We're talking bone jarring. I might do some measurements up front here and look at the triple tree. Maybe I can put a 200S front end on it. That'd give me at least some front suspension. I had this bike out, and they even went with smaller tires on it. This bike, nice bike, ran good, but it was miserable to ride. It was just bone jarring. Yeah, that's one that actually has suspension. I might see if those forks are any good, and once again, if it perhaps would go on, make life a little better. These ATC200s and even the 110 the ATC 110, 125. I've had quite a few of them come in where the front non-suspension is bent. You can see how that's rubbing against there. And if you fire it up and let it idle for a while, believe it or not, the heat will actually get to the front fender and begin to melt it. I'm happy. It appears as if out of my engine hoard, the black crate engine, so to speak, that was from Stoney. So I have to say thank you to Stoney. He gave me another good engine. So that's cool. This engine, this engine does have a good bottom end, and the engine that won't shift obviously has a bottom end problem. So I can always take the two of them and create one good engine out of them. Because the other engine, the top end's good, the timing chain's good, all that stuff is good. The only problem is it won't shift. I can always mix and match and put those two together. What else do I have to talk about? Just quickly, this was yesterday's big project. I think you guys, I don't know how well you guys remember it, but there was like a bunch of crap here. So I cleaned it up and obviously cut the weeds down. And I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to put this tent building here. This is a 12 by 12. I think, don't know because I haven't done it yet, I think I could get 8 of these 3-wheelers in there. And the reason why I think that is this is 8 by 12. And if you look at the back, right, there's 3 of them across the back, 1, 2, 3, and they're all wearing their tires. So if I could get the 3 across the back of 8, I should be able to get 4 across the back of 12. That's 4 foot more space, and these are about 4 foot wide. So I'm thinking that I'll get 4 across the back, and then 12 foot, right? Yeah, in 12 foot, right? You can see how these 2 are in here, and if these 2 snow blowers weren't sitting in the center, there could be a third one. So I could get 6 in 8 by 12, so I should be able to get 8 in 12 by 12. Getting 8 of these bikes under cover would be a really good thing. I also would like to put kind of some of the current projects right in the front here, so that when I want to work on them, I could just swap them out with something in the garage and be able to work on it. It is a pleasure to work in here, sitting in the sun. You could see the temperature. It was really pleasant. I don't want to shine the sun into the camera, but the sun is right there now, right in my face. The sunshine makes it easy to see, and it's very warming. It's actually really nice. All right, been talking for 15 minutes. That's probably long enough. 231 Flash is probably having a sandwich. So anyway, folks, I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. Remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and folks, get out there and enjoy all your days. It's the middle of November. I mean, how much longer could this good weather stay with us? So really, get out and enjoy. Remember, feet down, head up. Thanks for watching, commenting, and subscribing, and please enjoy your days. Bye now.